This is the Giants Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Giants Postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other Locked On Postcasts we do. But today, the Giants could not complete the sweep over the Diamondbacks, falling 5-2 at Oracle Park, 5-3 at Oracle Park, and Carson Seymour got off to a rocky start and never recovered, gave up 6 hits and 4 runs over 1 1/3 innings pitched, and the offense really never got going either. At the end, they tacked on a few extra runs, but the Giants didn't put a runner in scoring position until the bottom of the 7th inning and did not score until the bottom of the 8th. Eduardo Rodriguez was just unhittable today. And up next, the Giants face the Los Angeles Dodgers in one of the most pivotal series of the entire season. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. If you aren't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Giants podcast feed. However you're tuning in, we appreciate it. Make sure to check out the Locked On Giants Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. My guy, Alan Stiles, does a great job. And This was a frustrating game. I mean, we've been blessed as Giants fans lately with all sorts of very entertaining games. Even when the Giants have lost lately, it's still been entertaining. Like, it's still been cinema as far as what we've seen on the field today. Not very cinematic for the Giants. This one was kind of a snoozer through most of this game. The Giants offense just absolutely putrid, just in the cellar for the large majority of today's game. And they got things going a little bit in the 8th inning. They got a big double by Rafi Devers, and it would have been a home run in every other ballpark except for Oracle Park, because that thing bounced off the top of the right center field wall. I mean, he'd crushed that ball. I don't know how many times he can hit a 418-foot double with 110-mile-an-hour exit velo. But Rafi Devers got one of those today. It was his 31st double of the season, and it did drive in a couple runs. So it was it kind of set up the Giants for a little bit of a what we thought might turn into a big inning there in the bottom of the 8th with Willy Adames coming up next. He could not get anything done at the plate, though. Flies out to center field. Looks like he just missed that pitch. And then the Giants come back out in the bottom of the 9th, and they get something going. They get Matt Chapman on with the leadoff walk, and then Casey Schmidt rips a double down the left field line after Wilmer Flores pop out. So you got runners at second and third with only one out, and Jung-Hoo Lee not able to get it done. Ground ball to second base, and Chapman comes in to score. Casey Schmidt gets the third, but more importantly for the Diamondbacks and for the outcome of this game, it's the second out of the inning, and the Giants, with Luis Matos coming up next, weren't able to do anything. He grounds out to short to end this one, and the Giants leave. At least they get the tying run to the plate. You had a runner at third there at the end, so you did threaten a little bit in this one, and they came back a little bit at the end to bring this one a little bit of to make this a little bit more interesting and a little bit closer. But after the loss today, we are now all sitting here rooting for the Phillies later today. I mean, the Phillies and the Mets play they're warming up right now, so they should get going pretty soon here out there in New York, and at 6:45 p.m. Eastern time, so 3:45 Pacific, they will start that one over there in Philadelphia in Citizens Bank Park. And we're all Phillies fans right now, because we really need the Phillies to do something against the Mets, keep that Mets team playing down in the cellar. But today, the Giants just not enough to get over the hump against the Diamondbacks. And I see my guy Cole, one of our everydayers in the chat. A series win is a series win, and I agree with Cole in this circumstance, but it's every game right now feels like you're living and dying by every game. The Giants aren't out of it by any means, but man, 2 games back feels so much different than 3 games back right now. And I would like to see the Giants still down 2 games to the Mets after this one. It's also important to note that the Mets do have the tiebreaker between these 2 teams, so it's imperative that the Giants win as much as possible, especially because when you look at what's coming up next, you got a 3-game series with the Dodgers this weekend, and you got a 3-game series with the 4-game series with the Dodgers next week. So the Giants this week, you get an off day tomorrow, kind of reset before taking on the Dodgers, and this is going to be an absolutely massive series, man. If the Giants are swept by the Dodgers in this series, which I'm not going to say it's impossible for that to happen, because the way, I mean, the Dodgers are the Dodgers, and the Giants haven't played them very well at Oracle Park as of late in the last couple of years. It's kind of been a bummer going out to those games as a Giants fan here at home, and the fortune has not favored the Giants lately in that series at Oracle Park. So it's going to be tough for the Giants to be able to beat the Dodgers, but you have to. If you lose that series, it's going to be tough to climb back out of that hole. And if you get swept, I mean, if you get swept by the Dodgers, that's pretty much the end of the series, or of the season right there. But the Giants, because of their recent hot streak, they're still alive in this postseason hunt. You do lose today to the Diamondbacks, but you win the series. You got 3 more games against the D-backs before this season's over. You also got 3 games against the Cardinals. You also got 3 games against the Rockies. All of those games, all of those series are very winnable. It's going to come down to how the Dodgers play at Oracle Park and how the Giants fare against them. And if the Giants are able to stave off some stuff from the Dodgers, they'll give themselves a fighter's chance. But it's going to be really tough. Like I said, the Giants have not played the Dodgers very well at Oracle Park. I mean, they played right before the All-Star break, remember, at Oracle, and they did not the Giants did not play super well in that series. They're 2-4 versus LA this year, 16-35 since the start of 2022, 16-35 against the Dodgers since 2022. It's not very good, and it's just it's foreboding, right? Like this series that's coming up, I have a bad feeling about it. I don't want to have a bad feeling about it. I want to have confidence in the Giants, but I would have had a lot more confidence should the Giants have come off a sweep against the Diamondbacks, and should the offense still look like it was rolling. But especially at home, the Giants have had a hard time with the Dodgers, just 9-16 versus the Dodgers at home since the start of 2022. So it's going to be a tough series against the Dodgers, but you have to show up. The Giants' entire season depends on this upcoming series, and we'll see how they fare. But they would have had a better shot, been in a little bit better of a situation today if Carson Seymour had maybe given the Giants a little bit more on the bump in his start. We'll break down his day next here on the Locked On Giants postcast. Today's show is sponsored by FanDuel. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. And I love using FanDuel because it fits however you like to bet. Player props, building a same-game parlay, jumping in live as soon as the action unfolds, spreads, whatever you want. It's all on FanDuel, and it's all from the convenience of your couch. You don't got to get all dressed up and go out to some sports book. You can just do it from the comfort of your own couch, and it's so fast and easy. So if you're ready to play, go to FanDuel, download the FanDuel app right now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. And today's show is also sponsored by Nutrafol. You've probably seen a million ads for hair growth products and thought, you've probably thought, sure, like that actually works. There are so many products out there, and it's hard to know which ones are actually going to do anything. That's why you should give Nutrafol a closer look. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. It's not just hype. This is a supplement clinically tested that targets the root cause of thinning and shedding with a proactive approach. And if you know someone who might be going through some of this hair loss struggle, man, I'm right there with you. Why do you think I wear a hat every day on this show? This is just for me. Maybe this is the first time I'm doing the Nutrafol ad. Maybe I gotta get in on some of this Nutrafol action. I gotta do some more research. But see thicker, stronger hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering Locked On MLB listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code Locked On MLB. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code Locked On MLB. And today's show is also sponsored by Gametime. There's nothing like catching a baseball game live, the energy, the crowd, the chance to see your team in person, the Giants-Dodgers rivalry coming up. But actually getting tickets, that's the tough part. Queues, login screens, surprise fees, it takes all the fun out of it. And that's why I use Gametime, the app that gives the advantage back to the fans. Gametime is fast, easy, and backed by the Gametime guarantee. You'll always get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time and at the best price. Plus, All fees are included, so the price you see is the price you pay. And I love using Gametime for absolutely everything. Sports, concerts, does not matter. Any event that you want to go to, Gametime's probably got a ticket for it. So make sure you go download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Gametime today. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and today the Giants can't get it done, can't complete the sweep against the Diamondbacks. They fall 5-3 out there at Oracle Park today, and they get an off day tomorrow before they reset against the Dodgers. We just discussed how critical that series is going to be for the Giants, and also how bad they've been against the Dodgers, especially at Oracle Park lately. So it is going to be a massive challenge for them to beat the Dodgers in that series, but you got to do it at this point in the season. The Giants, I don't believe they've named a starter yet for tomorrow's or for Friday's game. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that, but ultimately we'll see what happens in that series. They haven't named a single starter for any of those games, and neither have the Dodgers, according to the last I saw. So we'll see what happens as far as pitching goes, but we know it's not going to be Carson Seymour because he threw today. And boy, was he bad, man. Carson Seymour just stunk. There's no two ways about it, just stinking it up out there on the mound. I mean, that first inning, first batter, you saw the mistake, right? That sinker that runs back into the strike zone, and Perdomo was waiting for it, whapped it right over the fence for a leadoff home run in this one. And I mean, it's just frustrating to see things like that happen with Carson Seymour. We know that he's been kind of down for a lot of this season. I mean, he just came off his one of his best starts, his best start of his major league career, his first win that he was able to pick up against the Cardinals on September 5th. He went 5 innings in that game, only gave up 1 run and 2 hits, and he was locating really, really well. He generated 8 grounders in that game, and today he just did not have it. Just really didn't have it. I mean, he was missing his spots. That slider got dinged up a lot. And he also gave up some hits with that sinker. When he had his spots going with that sinker, he was getting some weak contact, some swing and miss stuff. But when he started to miss with that sinker back over the middle of the zone, that ball is getting tagged. And same with the slider. With the slider, it just seemed like wherever he was throwing that pitch, it was getting hit. It didn't have a lot of slide to it. Looked like a nice good old-fashioned cement mixer up there, just spinning but not breaking. And when Major League Baseball players see that type of a pitch, they're absolutely going to tee off on it more often than not. So rough day for Carson Seymour. He's only able to last 1 1/3 innings before he gets yanked for Spencer Bivens in this one. By that time, he'd already given up 4 runs, and it just was that second inning really was the unraveling point for Carson in this one, and it was also today's turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And it was absolutely that second inning, because I mean, it just a frustrating situation to watch unfold, as he just it seemed like base hit after base hit after base hit, and just couldn't get outs. Just really could not get outs in that second inning. Tawa ended up hitting a line drive to left field that scores Blaze Alexander, puts Alek Thomas at second base, and it kept unfolding from there. I mean, Perdomo single, drove in another run. It just kept ballooning at that point. And the Diamondbacks it just felt like they had complete control of the game at that point. It felt like Carson Seymour was not going to be able to rebound and regain his form, because he never really, it wouldn't be regaining his form, I guess, today, because he never really had it. You can't regain something that you didn't possess in the first place. And today he did not look like he had very good mechanics on the mound, very good spots with his balls. It just all looked a little bit off today. So Carson Seymour, not his best outing, and we move on, right? Like, we turn the page. He's a young kid. We probably wouldn't even need him in the starting rotation if the Giants didn't have so many damn injuries in their starting rotation right now. And this is why you need guys like Hayden Birdsong to be able to take that next step next year. This is why you need guys like Landon Roop to get healthy. Speaking of Landon Roop, it's his birthday today. Happy 27th birthday, Landon Roop. Get well soon, buddy. The Giants starting pitching staff needs you so unbelievably bad. That would be a huge lift to this team if Landon can come back and start making some meaningful starts. But Seymour wasn't the only guy who had to start a game today. Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound for the Diamondbacks, and he's been very, very bad against the Giants this season so far. And also last year in the last two games that the Giants have faced against him in a Diamondbacks uniform, ERA over 9 in both of those games. Well, today, Eduardo Rodriguez really just mowed down the Giants, and they had a very, very tough time with the lefty. I mean, this is nothing new. We've seen that the Giants have had a hard time with lefties basically all season long, and again, it happened today. The Giants just 16-25 when facing a left-handed starter, 26th out of 30 MLB clubs. So, but they had won 3 of their last 4 coming into today. I couldn't get this one done though. Eduardo Rodriguez was just dodging Giants bats all game long, and it was a tough day to be a Giants hitter against him. He 6 in the third. Only gave up 2, struck out 6, only walked 2, no runs. And the Giants, when they got into the Diamondbacks bullpen, they were able to score some runs off Woodford and but just not enough. Just too late in this one for this offense to be able to come back. We've seen them generate a lot of runs with the long ball lately, and today just barely missed one with Rafi Devers 417-foot double. But the Giants don't hit one out today, and they end up losing. And right now, it kind of seems like the Giants need home runs in order to win games, and that's a scary situation to be in if you're a Giants fan, because this team for a lot of the season has shown you that they don't hit home runs very well. However, in this last 3-week stretch, the Giants have clubbed a ton of homers. So we'll see what happens, man. Nobody since August 23rd. I mean, they're batting 303 at least coming into this one. Since August 23rd, they were batting 303 with a plus 51 run differential, and I believe the only team that's hit more home runs in that span is the New York Yankees. So the Giants continuing to mash the ball over this period of time, but today the home runs just weren't there, and the offense just needed a little bit more juice. Maybe if they got one of those long bombs today, they would have been a little more animated offensively. But they were just missing something at the plate, and maybe that's the juice that they needed. So let's hope for some home runs against the Dodgers in this coming series, and we'll see what happens. But before we get on out of here, we got to give you today's player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And there's a couple different ways we could go here. I mean, Devers obviously with the big swing of the bat, but I'm kind of feeling Spencer Bivens, man. I think Spencer Bivens had a underrated performance today. He did walk 3 guys and give up a hit, but no runs across his 3 2/3 innings pitched. Came in a fire drill situation to save the day with Carson Seymour and try to stop the bleeding, and he did just that. Gave up he struck out 4. Spencer Bivens this year has had to do a ton of the dirty work for the Giants, a ton of the mop-up duty, and has been used in everything from high leverage situations to innings eater to just, I mean, it doesn't, I mean, he's like the multi-tool out of the bullpen, the Swiss Army knife, who you can just put in any situation, and he's going to deliver. And that's what he did today. And his job today was go out there and eat some innings so the rest of this bullpen doesn't have to get too taxed. And when you look at the arms that the Giants threw today, plus the off day that you got tomorrow, you'll have a nice, fresh, all your leverage arms in your bullpen are going to be nice and fresh. And that's in large part thanks to Spencer Bivens. And you're going to need those leverage arms against the Dodgers. So Spencer Bivens gets the player of the game today for kind of saving the bullpen from having to stretch themselves too much, being able to go 3 2/3 innings and carry the Giants into the latter half of today's game without throwing a ton of different guys. Ultimately, the Giants end up throwing 4 relievers. It could have been a lot worse considering Seymour exited this game in the second inning. Keaton Wynn 8 an inning, and Brubaker 8-2, Buto 8-1 at the end. But Bivens really carrying that bullpen today, doing a good job minimizing the amount of arms the Giants had to throw, setting them up better going into the Dodgers series, which is going to be a big thing. And right now, I know I just wanted to check the chat one more time before ending the show. I'm seeing the comment, can't win every game, man. But right now, and I know you can't, it's Major League Baseball. It's 162 game season. It's impossible to win every game. But right now, the Giants need every win they can get, man. It feels like every series is a must-win series. It feels like every game is a must-win game, and you just got to start rooting for the Mets to lose. The Mets got to keep losing, and that's the main ingredient here. Other than the Giants winning games, right? Like the Mets got to continue to lose. So everyone's a Phillies fan today, and let's go Phils. Beat up on those Mets, and hopefully the Giants can stay 2 games back by the time that today is over. No game tomorrow. Off day for the Giants. We'll be coming to you live next on Friday as the Giants take on the Dodgers. An absolutely massive series. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace.